there is no office, there's nobody you can hold, so you just have to, you know, bear the loss and sit quiet in your own corner. I want you to say something about Moneyman. What do you think Moneyman was all about?
Okay, Moneyman, personally, I had one or two contacts that were always talking about it, and when they approached me, I told them, when Mr. Babala is saying do a background check, I'm talking like a 3-year. If a company hasn't stood the time and proven itself over seasons, I don't think because of its juiciness, you should put your money there. So why should, it's just, I get back to the first thing I said, it's a get rich mentality and fast rich. Because Moneyman came within the blink of an eye, every single youth in Boya took it so, you know, the social media has the ability to make anything viral in less than no time. And they took this so viral and everybody was believing that it was working. And then when it had to crash, nobody could understand because it's a Ponzi scheme. A Ponzi scheme is rob Peter and pay Paul. Yeah. So basically they have robbed enough Peters and paid enough Pauls to get everybody to the platform. And of course it had to crash. Moneyman is not the first. Bitwell crashed a couple of years ago. And everybody was crying in Boya. There are other companies that have crashed in Boya without the leverage of time that people had to understand how long they had been in the market to teach the Cameroonians that this is just like an education for the Cameroonians. Let them know that they have a good amount of time to live on it and to really research companies before putting in their funds. Because some people put in their last. And it's never wise to invest your last. It's always wise to invest what you can't cry if it goes bad.
It's never wise to invest your last. Let's get this reaction here. Good evening to you guys in the studio. Please, Mr. George, what can you say about the recent happenings now in Boya with these investment companies like Tex Global and the others? Well, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you're writing us from. Please, before you send us a message, try to identify yourself. If you're just joining us, you can either send us a text message or a WhatsApp message. Please do not call this number. So, Mr. Josh, I'm coming now back to you. This viewer is asking a question here. Please, Mr. George, what can you say about the recent happenings now in Boya with these investment companies like Tex Global and the others?
Okay, this is a very hard one because I've just heard information about Tex Global. Like they are unable to pay investors, you know. I know Tech somewhere personally. I know him personally, but the information I got was that their system had a problem. Their system used to do double pay, and they didn't notice that.
Okay, so you're saying that Tex Global system usually that it used to do double pay. Yeah. Coming to you, Mr. Lyunga, do you think this is true? Like that they are doing double pay? How true do you think this is?
That's the information I got. That's why.
Well, that's the information you got.
First, our countrymen should understand that they should separate the individual from his company.
Yes.
If Mr. Teke Samuel, for example, went through the stress of registering his company, paying his taxes, it's because that is an institute on its own, not his person.
Yeah.
I think I have an idea of Mr. Teke a bit, and I know he had not been in that company like for a year without an office there. He wasn't even running anything there because I saw everything on the news and it was his name and all the like. But I will say this clearly. He had an amazing vision. He put in a lot of structure to pay people. Tex Global has been paying people for a couple of years consecutively.
He has been paying people for a couple of years, but now a lot of people are actually complaining that they have not been paid, and it's actually getting on their nerves. And it is alleged that he has been dragged to court by a couple of others. So my question to you now is, according to Mr. Babila, he's saying that Mr. Teke came out to say that there was their system had a problem.
I didn't say Mr. Teke.
Oh, okay.
I said what I heard.
What you heard, a yes say. So they were doing double payment. Do you think this is true, Mr. Lyunga? Is with a yes or a no?
Okay, I'm a tech expert and it's possible. It's very much possible.
Yes.
Any system that is not properly built can malfunction.
And how long do you think it is supposed to take for such a problem to be rectified? Because this has been going on for a long time, and I think it has taken too long, and it's supposed to have been rectified by now.
If they have paid double for a long time without noticing it, then they already have incurred a financial deficit that is huge on their budget.
Yeah.
And not paying people for the amount of time they have not paid, they have also accumulated another huge amount of deficit.
So why don't they ask the people they were double paying to return the money that they double paid?
Like the information I got was that the information, you know, Text Global as a company have grown to a certain level. The information I got was that some staffs were creating fake accounts. That's the information I got. But I've not been able to I've not been able to really have one-on-one conversation with Mr. Teke to really discuss, to understand the real issue. But what I got was that, you know, some staffs were creating fake accounts, and he didn't notice. In a big company like that with a huge customer base, those kind of things are bound to happen. If you don't really pay attention to detail as a CEO, those kind of things are bound to happen. But now, the general manager is supposed to be called to book when those kind of things happen, because
somebody has to be held accountable.
Yes, because the general manager is involved with the operations, the daily operation. The CEO is just there to, you know, to develop the strategic direction of the company. The general manager is there to understand and also to do the daily operation of the company. So if this company is facing this level of liability, the general manager is supposed to be booked, and also the company, Text Global, is supposed to issue an official statement. They need to organize a press conference, you know, to talk about this issue, so that to clear out the doubt.
Definitely, because there are people boiling, there are people who are very angry, and their questions have not been answered, and they have to go to the hard way. They have to do things the hard way, that is getting to the law to help them recover their money.
It's normal to go to the law. It's normal, you understand? It's normal. There are even the big companies, the Dangote Group, that is worth billions of dollars. There are other organizations that drags them to court over misunderstanding. Are you getting what I'm saying? It's normal in the corporate space for people to take you to court because they don't really understand you.
But I think the organization to court.
Yeah, they should take, no, because the organization is a limited liability company. Good. The truth is, the fact is that most of our laws we don't really practice it, because we think we know this big man here. We can just go into somebody's office and pick the man. You understand? The truth is that every company is supposed to have a lawyer as a corporate entity. When you are being called, the lawyer of the company is supposed to represent that organization. We are not talking about here. We are not talking that today. But the truth is, you don't need to blame the person of Teke somewhere. You understand? We need to, most of the blame need to go. Anyway, he also can be blamed. But most of the blame should go to the general manager, because she is the one. The general manager is a person who is focused on the daily operation. She's supposed to pay details. So people creating multiple accounts, it's just like even in our system, the government system. I heard the person that was in charge of salary created a lot of fake accounts. So, you know, they just duplicated that in this young man company who was trying to expand, and a lot of things that are happening.
All right, Mr. Babila George, let's take this other reaction here. Also, Moneyman is a major scam and has duped a lot of youth here in Cameroon. Tell me about it. I'm sure a lot of youth out there can actually confirm to this, because, you know, that is the recent one, especially in Boya, where there are a lot of students and they are crying bitterly. And I'm sure if they could actually find the person who is the founder of Moneyman, that person will not live to see the daylight. Well, let's get some reaction from some people I actually spoke to, and they had this to say about Moneyman.
Okay, I for one have never taken a part in this platform called Moneyman. But I will start with a question which goes thus: who exactly is this Moneyman? That is a question for the day.